Hello and welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have something different. I will be analyzing my own game from 2024 Daily Chess Championship that is currently played at platformchess.com. So the tournament started basically on 1st of January and will be finished late in 2024. Time controls are daily, so basically you have 24 hours to make a move, and this is how the games are played. First group I managed to win with perfect score with 22 points, so all victories. Most of those victories were people timing out or people forgetting about that the tournament is started, because it was New Year's time and people were not ready obviously to participate in the tournament, although it was a daily one move per day. So most of the games were finished that way. Some of the games I won really convincingly, and this is the last game of the tournament, which was really interesting, and I managed to win it. I had some maybe missed wins, you will see in the game, but all in all it was a nice accuracy, almost 90%, so I'm really satisfied with this win. And without further ado, we'll go straight into the game. So I was playing as white this game, and I opened the game with e4. My opponent replied with c5. We have knight f3 and g6 on the board, so this will be a dragon Sicilian. I continued with d4, c takes on d4, knight takes on d4, and bishop g7. Now, whenever playing, I'm not that familiar with dragons or hyper accelerated dragons Sicilians, but my usual thing in this sort of openings is I play usual setup with bishop e3, bishop e2, knight to c3, and then castle kingside, and then from there see what the game will bring to me. Of course, the main thing is that I don't want to blunder this pawn on e4, or God forbid this knight when it is attacked. So this is my main idea when I play dragon Sicilians. We have bishop to e2, I continue this way. We have knight to c6. Right now my knight is under attack. I play bishop to e3 with the idea to simply, if he wants to exchange this, I'm perfectly fine by that. I'm more than satisfied to have his dark squared bishop here and weaknesses on the dark squares. Of course, he refuses. He plays knight to f6. I play knight to c3 in the position, and we have castle for him. I castle as well, and now he plays d5, which is another book move. In this position, the best is to take, of course, which I did. Knight takes on d5, and from here I already noticed, this is all book moves by the way, but I don't know that this variation is played. I usually rely on my instincts and to see what is best to play, so I decided to trade. And after queen takes on d5, I decided to play bishop to f3. My main idea was to create a weakness, this isolated pawn after the trade happens, so this was my idea in this position, which is obviously a book move here in the variation. He played queen to d7, queen a5 is best by the computer. We have a trade here, and after b takes on c6, I decided to trade the queens and enter into endgame. Best move by the computer, bishop takes on d7, and right now I played rook a to d1, a decent move. The reason why I decided to play with this rook is because I want this rook to have to be available on the e-file here. Also, I noticed that his bishop is really dangerous and he can attack my pawns, but for now his bishop is attacked, so he doesn't have the time to pick up my my pawns. So the game continued with bishop e6 from him. So now he attacks this pawn on a2 as well. I decided to play b3. Simply all of my pawns are defended, and my idea is to then maneuver my bishops. Also, I noticed that this bishop was really well put here, and that he will be able to pick up this pawn. Now, although I wanted to pick up this pawn, I have to be careful, because even if this was available, he can play rook to a8, and once I retreat my bishop, I wouldn't like the prospect of his rook invading here on a2 and his rooks coming on the second rank. This wasn't my idea, and this would be a toxic pawn then, so this is not a good prospect for me. Although maybe if the situation happens that this pawn is free, this is not the perfect for me as well. So we have bishop to f5. Computer sees this as an inaccuracy, sees that rook f to c8 was a better option, so he now attacks my pawn. I play c4, so for some reason computer sees this as an inaccuracy as well. I just wanted to protect my pawns, didn't want to risk it all, so the best move here was actually bishop g5. So crazy computer line. Computer for some reason recommends this. I don't know what's the idea behind this, but computer sees this as better. Obviously I will take this, but if not, what if he plays something like this? Then let's see what computer says. Then we go bishop e3. Okay, so computer sees that if this is picked, then I can play rook to c1, and then after he retreats I will pick up this pawn and I will have a better endgame. So that's basically it. Of course, I didn't want to enter in all of that. c4, now he plays rook f to c8, which is a decent move. Now I play bishop to c5. Idea is to attack this pawn and to provoke this move here if possible. Then it would be much easier for me because I can then invade with my rook on d6 here and then pressure this pawn. Of course, if he's careless and he plays that, he plays a decent move, bishop f6, king f8 was the best here. I have a slight advantage in the position. We have rook f to e1. Now I simply didn't know what to do. I saw g5, but for now I didn't want to expose my pawns there. Maybe later this bishop would be needed, then this pawn can fall. For now I just wanted to create as much weaknesses as I can, so basically to pin this bishop to defend this pawn and to see what he will go from there. He played rook to c7 with the idea to defend this pawn. Again, king f8 was the best. I continued with rook to e2. Now, one of my ideas of this position was to either double these rooks or to try and put these rooks on this file and to see what he will do. My main idea was to actually enter into endgame with rook e on d2 and then giving checks and then invading with my rook on the 8 file. Of course, this is one of my ideas. Now he plays a5, which is a completely decent move. I decided to play bishop to b6. Now I saw that idea would be even better to actually attack this bishop, attack this rook, and then continue with c5, simply gaining this eternal bishop pretty much here. Then he will be forced to play something else, something else like forcing this trade with bishop to d8. But for now, this square is defended, and I noticed that I will have advantage here because his rooks will never be able to reach this square on d8, at least until my bishop is removed from the position. Now he played rook c to c8, which is a decent move. I decided to continue with my idea, which is a completely decent move. If I'm careless and I allow taking this, then him invading his will completely balance the position, and actually I think he will have a better position here. He will open up the position. Of course, I didn't want to allow that, and I played a b4 here, which was my main idea. Also, I noticed that very soon this will be a really valuable idea, pushing this pawn on b5 because this rook is pinned here, and then invading with my bishop and already creating a lot of threats in the position. Now he makes a mistake, a bishop to e6. Now I didn't saw what was the best move of the position. Now the reason why I played rook c2 in this position was to actually stop bishop c4, and then I can safely push b5 and attack this pawn. So this was my main idea here in this position. Of course, actually computer sees that after bishop e6, even though I push b5 after bishop c4 here, for example, I noticed that after I move this rook, this will fall and this will be a better position for him, so he already has the advantage here. He's a pawn up, and now my advantage is completely vanished and he's doing way better. So this was the move I was scared about, but actually there was a sacrifice after b5, bishop c4. Simply I should play by the computer evaluation and still maintain advantage, is b takes on c6, and after takes, bishop takes on e2. This is the way that I should continue this game. So yeah, I have a piece down, but I still have a passed pawn and my position, and I have a bishop pair in the open position. So by computer evaluation, I'm doing better. But after bishop e6, the best move of the position was to actually sacrifice my rook here. And after f takes on e6, and now b5 is actually winning, and I will show you basically the winning sequence. Now I saw all of that, and now by the computer evaluation, the best move for black is to play c takes on b5. After that, game continues by picking up this rook, of course. Rook takes, and now I continue with c6. After bishop e5, I will continue with rook d8, and after forcing this trade after b4, I will continue with c7. Bishop is forced to take, and after that I simply have a piece up, and I will win this endgame. So this was a winning for me, of course. After b5, if he refuses to take that and he plays rook a to b8, again, bishop takes on c6 is how the game would continue. And after bishop b2, by computer evaluation, rook to d7 was the best for me. And right now, after bishop to c7, he will be forced to sacrifice his rook. And after b6, this is the end of this variation. So as you can see, this is again winning for me massively. Two passed pawns. Yes, the bishops are not the bishops are of different color, but still this is winning for me, almost 3 points in computer evaluation. So this is the way to continue this game. So this is the missed win I had after bishop e6. I played a bishop c2. As I noted, I wanted to push b5, was my main idea. Game continued right now, so he made a blunder here. He played the bishop to b3. His idea was to actually, after I picked up this, I calculated and saw that there is not immediate threat, nothing he can do here. Slightly better was rook c to d2, but I played this way. He played b2, and right now I played rook to b1, and he played rook to a1, which was his main idea of the position. And now simply he wanted that I pick up this, and after he promotes, he will have a piece up, and this will not be easily won by me, although this will be probably equal. But he missed that I don't need to take this. He probably saw that he might be able to invade with his rooks in the position, but for now I decided not to take this. I continue with king to f1, although bishop e4 was the best. Now he played rook a to c8, and this is another mistake by him. I continued with bishop a5, which is an inaccuracy by the computer. After rook a to c8 recommends actually playing bishop takes on c6, because right now I was scared of this rook invading in the position. This was my main worry, that maybe he will come something like rook to c3, then he will put his rook on the 8th rank, and somehow he will force a queen. I didn't want to allow this, although I have a passed pawns. I was scared of these ideas. So bishop a5, just to simply not allow his other rook to engage in the game, and from there I will be trying to force one passed pawn and continue from there. So this was my main idea. That is the reason why bishop a5 was played. He continued with rook to a7. Right now bishop takes on c6. This is the obvious and logical move. He continued with rook to a6. I played bishop to d7 with the same idea again. I just simply don't want to allow him to enter, to simply put this rook in the game, and then maybe allow him to wander around and enter my position, although for now there is nothing concrete there. I was also scared that possibly if I play rook to e1 that he will have maybe bishop to c3 and maybe annoy me a little bit. So my main idea was to simply not allow this rook to enter the game. Rook a7, he attacks my bishop. I continue with c6, logical move. I continue the advancement of my pawns. He continued with rook a6. I continue with c7, and right now it's pretty much game over. He is forced to give up his rook if he wants to survive, but he decided to play rook d6, the last attempt and last trick actually, that if I fall for, this could be a draw. But I simply firstly promote to a queen, and after king to g7, I continued with rook to e1. Good move, although queen to c2 was a better move here, slightly better. He decided to resign here because I didn't fall for his trick. If I did, actually, this would be a draw. So after king to g7, if I was greedy and played rook to d6, which is a huge blunder, after rook takes on b1, king e2, he would pick up my rook. And right now there is not much you can do here as white. The best idea here by the computer evaluation is to play bishop to d8 to try and force some trades, but after that black would continue with rook to e1 check, and after promotion king to e2, queen to e4 would be probably some sort of a perpetual check. I wouldn't be able to avoid it, and he would simply manage to draw this game. So this was his last attempt. This was a decent attempt, and this is one of the reasons why I didn't want to allow his rook to enter the game. But after this move everything was over. After rook to e1, that's simply queen on the board. Just play it patiently, slowly and carefully, and you will be able to trade off pieces and you will win the game. And this is how this game ended, guys, and this is all I have prepared for you today. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to leave a comment, like, and share this video with other people who enjoy chess. Also, feel free to let me know your opinion about this game. Would you play it something better? Do you know some maybe better line in Sicilian Dragon opening, or just anything you would wish to comment about my position? Would you be able to see the idea that I missed? You probably would. It wasn't too difficult, but for some reason I wasn't. I was too scared of risking it all because I saw bishop c4 as a deadly move and a deadly threat without noticing that I would be able to trade everything and still have a decent position. So yeah, guys, if I have more interesting games from this tournament, I will share them with you, of course. As far as I know, the second round will start, I believe, around March, from what I heard about people. 10% games are left to be finished, so if people weren't so, you know, dragging out, it would be much faster. But from what I know, this is the This is the thing right now, and I finished the first of my group, so I'm advancing in the next round, and we will see will I be able to finish the next round as first. It will be much harder, of course, but I will give my best. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see each other in the next video. I wish you a pleasant night. Bye bye.